A beautiful still morning, Las Vegas, not very far from the Las Vegas Strip. Bracken and 7th. It's worth looking on Google Maps and trailing the road. This is a remarkable area of period properties from about 1945, 1950s. In the distance is Fremont, the northern part of Las Vegas. It's full of influences that were prevalent in the 60s and 70s in the UK styling. Tubular steel holding up porchways, more open plan, low pitched roofs. The wide car plot to accommodate two ostentatious vehicles, open fronted garage. Here's one in period keeping with a Thunderbird and a Volkswagen Beetle. Iconic 60s. There are beautiful shaded parts, but others have chosen to remove the trees and are now complaining, so a member of the neighbourhood told me, of energy efficiency, whereas a tree has none of the maintenance or problems associated with anything that's electrically driven. Again, in the background is the Strat. Some beautiful properties here. These do not have restriction orders on them from our friends at the local authority, and so they can be modernised, but a lot of them still retain the original architecture. This is a clever reasoning to lime wash the roof. Roman tiles, the white reflecting some of the heat created by this incessant desert climate. This is beautiful. They've retained the trees. Many of these trees are now apparently harmful to the environment, so then creates a problem with the air conditioning being racked up to compensate for the shade and the coolness that they offered. Rather odd how local governments have ideas. A more smaller and modest style bungalow. Wonderful feature of the brickwork is the extruding mortar. The cement was mixed so that as the bricks were pressed in place, the mortar was not then faced to the bricks. Beautifully secluded and cool, modest in size, and this has had some homely charms added to the shutters on the windows. Luscious front lawn and Lloyd loom wicker chairs. Again very modest in size. This is an older property. You can see the sash windows, and you can also see the pitch of the roof is greater. So that created a greater flow of air through the roof space, keeping the roof area cooler. It's also a German influence about this, but it's certainly continental. Just a lovely looking property. And this is where I began. It's a rather nice property that I'm told was built in around the post-war, just post-war 45s, 40s. And it's designed in a manner to try and alleviate the heat. Sun canopy over the window. Balcony in the evening to sit out, listen to the radio. Small shelves. Little delicate touches. Possibly they had shutters, but this is not facing intense daylight during. It's been positioned sort of a westward direction. And this is how it's christened itself, John S. Park. Which needs more research, but possibly the architect or the brainchild behind this concept estate. The extruded brickwork that I mentioned, well, mortar line that I mentioned. Isn't that beautiful? There's the Strat in the distance. Lovely touch to the fence line. So I don't see this in the UK. I rather like it. Just have a closer inspection. There we are. Can work something out from that. Something which is not atypical, but I like the idea of the grass, the type of specimen grass that grows on the concrete reinforced areas. Isn't that lovely touch? The carpool is very spacious, clung to the building, but what I do like about it is the roof line, where water runs to the centre. As you can see, it works because of the woodwork that's rotted, but with a little innovation that could be avoided. A pagoda. And a gate. Wonderful thing here is that the timber doesn't rot. So the age of wooden, where it disintegrates in the English climate, these are possibly a period piece added by perhaps a former occupier of the property. This is 8th, crossing with Franklin. Is that a 10-metre yardie? A lighter shade of Suffolk pink, textured Stone wall, Roman tiles. Lovely period. Beautiful stonework, isn't that nice? Looking north, Fremont. And there's the Experience, not a mile away. And here's where you should be looking on Google Maps for roadside view. For the natural ventilation of the roof. There's one each side. Notice the corrugated bed, the mud flaps which are folded and give reinforcement. This is a clever made out trailer, very substantial. The Ifor Williams of Las Vegas. How to support a sapling tree. Wire is twisted 3 times around the upright posts and threaded through plastic conduit tubing, fairly thin so it'll bend. The wire is then tensioned by twisting. The more you twist one side, the more it will pull the tree over to the other. Fairly taut, and that will hold the tree upright. Not only that, it looks rather aesthetic.